Okay, so most of the players that play this game have these two concepts completely reversed, and if we can just switch those back in your head, you can get to some of the highest ranks in the game, which is why I'm going to be going into unranked, showing you what I mean and how to actually play better and play the right way so that you can pretty much just rank up super quick. All it takes is a little bit of decent aim. I'm not going to be like running around slamming people. I'm going to be playing as simple as I possibly can so that you can follow along with how I'm playing the game. Let's get into a game and I'll show you what I mean. Alright, so we are starting out on attack, which means one very simple thing. We have to attack. We have to attack and get to the bomb site. Our ultimate goal is defusing the bomb. It's not killing out everyone on the other team, and that's one mistake that a lot of people make is they focus on just getting kills, just walking into the building randomly and looking for kills. The truth is, if you're on attack and you can plant the bomb, you're just going to win the round. You're just going to win, which is why I've always advocate direct site takes. Now, try not to pick operators that are way too complicated. Try not to pick operators that are actually putting you at disadvantages, which, you know, go watch my beginners tier list if you haven't already, because that's going to show you which ops do give you advantage and which ops are actually hurting your game. And once you do that, you can then prepare to actually attack. Because the biggest thing I see on attack is people just sitting and baiting. They sit outside the building, they bait for kills, or they just run through the building aimlessly without an actual goal. So today, I'm going to show you how to actually attack. And if you could just learn to attack, you're going to win more attacks. Because the biggest thing is people win attacks right now in pretty much all the ranks. The bottom 8 ranks. Okay, copper, bronze, silver, gold, platinum, emerald even. People are winning attacks not because they're doing good attacks, but because they're going up against bad defenses. So not only am I going to show you how to do good attacks, but I'm going to show you how to do good defenses so that you're not literally leaving up to the other team whether you win or lose. So when you're on attack, play whoever you want. It does not matter. Just keep things simple, okay? The first thing you want to do in this prep phase is you want to find the bomb site. You can't attack the bomb site without knowing where it is. I'm assuming it's hookah. It doesn't really matter. And remember, it's not about gun skill. Okay? It's not about getting kills. So we're gonna find the bomb. I'm not even gonna really try to shoot back. But this is what we're going to do. So we're going to go out of spawn. We're going to shoot the default cans. We're going to limit their info. This is always something you just want to do generally. And then we're going to go attack directly on the bomb site. Why are we going to do this? Well, we'll start with this round. We'll show you how to do a direct site take, and then we can show how to expand out from that, because the bomb site is the most important thing when you're attacking and when you're defending. It's the most important piece of the map, and it's the most important map control because it's what wins you the round. So let's add pressure to the bomb site. How do we do that? We open up the hatches. We open up the windows. We don't have to peek anything. We don't have to die. We just need to add pressure. So I have a grenade. Let's try to nade it. Oh, I missed my grenade. Oh, no, I got it. Okay, we got the armor panel. Now we have to figure out how to actually get into the zone. Well, I could drop this hatch. I could dry peek. I could just look for kills and just get shit on if there's a guy looking up the hatch. Or I can actually use my drone. So I'm going to go on my drone. Look underneath the hatch. There is a frost mat. Okay, now I haven't jumped into a frost mat. The second I see that mat, I'm not going to keep droning ahead. I'm going to get rid of it. Why? Because I'm already at this stage. I'm already right next to it. There's no point waiting till later to shoot it when I have a bunch of other things on my mind. So we're just taking it step by step. Now, I'll drone out the bomb site. Let's see if there's anyone on the bomb site. Is there anything stopping me from dropping? Well, there's this guy holding here. If I drop the hatch, I'm dropping into his angle, and I might get pooped on. Now, is there anyone else? That's it. That looks like it's it. So this is what's stopping me from taking the site and planting the bomb, and that's always the question. This is castled off, so what does that mean? I can't get pushed from this way. There goes my teammate. I should probably drop with him right now if I'm going to drop with him. Okay, there's only one other guy on the bomb site. Do I just walk in and get pooped on? No, I'm just going to throw a flash. And off that flash, I'm just going to run to the corner. Oh, what do you know? Now I can just plant the bomb. And guess what? If I can just plant the bomb, this round's going to be a lot easier. Because I can get out the window, play the rappel, and guess what? I have a grenade. I don't have to do anything. I just won the round. I hold the window because they hop out. Can they see me from anywhere? No. They have to jump outside this window to kill me. So if I just sit here and hold the window, I literally can't lose. And guess what? If they start defusing, I just throw a grenade. That's it. It's that easy. So if I just stay alive, I win. This is how you can win so much easier just by learning to attack the bomb site. And all the way up until Emerald Diamond Champion, it will be very, very easy to take the site. Now, let's say Jackal doesn't drop the hatch there, and I have to do it myself. How can I do that? Well, I can do the same thing I did. I can throw a flashbang. Or I can try to bait him out with the drone. I need to take his aim off of where I'm standing. I can also do that by opening other walls. So if I'm at a hard breacher there, I can try to open, let's say, the top white wall with ace. So that way there's more avenues of pressure. The more avenues of pressure there are, the less likely it is that he's picking the right direction to look. This is why hard breaching is so good at low ranks, because it's the only source of utility people know how to use well. Because it's simple. You see a reinforcement, you open it up. Everyone knows this. Everyone advocates for hard breach. It says it's the most important thing in the game. But the truth is, once you get to champion, you don't actually need hard breach because you learn how to use all the other utility just as effectively, which means instead of opening the wall behind that frost, I am going to use a candela and roll it in a certain way. I'm going to use my Grimbees to get pinpoint, precise, accurate info so I can pre-fire them really easily. There's a lot of other options once you learn that hard breaching isn't the only thing you can do. And remember, I say that because it is so simple that everyone knows how to do it. It's the same way everyone knows how to put down their barbed wire on defense. Everyone knows how to set down utility. That's why attacking is a lot harder than defending, because people don't know how to use their utility to do what they're trying to achieve. And the faster you learn that, the better you'll get. So let's show you another example. I'll go ace for now, I guess. We'll use ace because he doesn't have any of this secondary utility, but he does have the hard breach. You know, I'm going to switch because everyone knows how to play a hard breacher. I'm going to bring someone very simple. Ash. Kind of the same as Striker here. There's a reason I recommend Striker as the #1 operator for everyone, pretty much. Like, for the bottom 95% of players, which you're probably in, just play Striker. Because you can bring the hard reach gadgets, you can bring the flashbangs to playmake, you can bring the grenades, and then you have just more utility to learn how to use this stuff and be so effective. So, right here, if we want to do the same thing, we want to do the direct takes on the bomb site, we can go directly for the bomb site. Now, this is coastline, so most of the sites are exterior sites, which makes it easier to attack if you're doing these direct takes, because you can't get flanked, right? If I go running through the building, there's so many different ways I could die from, but if I'm going directly for site, the only way I can die is if they run out of the building. In that case, I'll be here and ready. So we'll claymore this, so that way if they do run out, I'm not going to die, right? I'm safe. They can't kill me right now. We join the bomb site. We look what's going on, okay? And this probably looks pretty similar to, like, other lower ranked games. You see there's nobody in the bomb site. So what's stopping me from planting? Maybe this bulletproof, the cap can traps. Let's blow it all up. Let's just break it. Let's just break it. We know this is barricaded. We know site's free. That is going to make it rotate, which is kind of unfortunate. But guess what? There's nothing stopping me from just planting the bomb. Just plant the bomb. Now there's a guy pushing, so I should probably get off and fight him, right? I have bad aim. Okay, I'm sorry, that was me using too much skill. Let's do this again in a more simple way. Use your drone. Is there anyone over here? Yes, there's an Azami here. Okay. Is there a guy here? Yes, there is. Okay. How do I kill this Azami? Well, I can either try to challenge him, which requires me to aim and beat him off the gunfight, or I can go off that Flores. That Flores is going to push him away. I can now hold the angle. If he peeks into it, I shoot him, right? Now, this might not be the best angle because he can peek from multiple sides of it. So let's come up with a new plan. Okay, let's say we're not good enough to do that. We're not good enough to clear this Legion. Okay, you know what? We should rotate off. We should rotate off. We don't have the utility to do it, and we don't have the confidence in our aim to actually push this way. Okay, it's fine. Let's rotate. That's fine. There's no problem with that. So we'll go to the other side. We'll push the bomb site from the other direction. We'll go somewhere else. We know 2 are on site, so they're only going to be 2 literally anywhere else on the map. Let's bring our drone. We're not going to jump it. We're not going to do anything crazy. We're just going to keep it quiet, go slow, and see what they got. Okay, there's a Legion mine. We know that. We can break the cap can trap. We can break the default cam. And now we're in. Oh my god, and I misdroned. Okay, so if we drone that guy, we know he's there and we can pre-fire, but I suck. Okay, my bad. Now, like I was saying before, the more utility you have for these direct sites, the easier it will be. If you have the sound cover of a gridlock going down or you're planting in a smoke grenade, it's going to be even easier to plant that bomb. And the thing about planting the bomb is once you do it, you have now switched from attacking, where the time is against you, to defending, where now you have the time in your favor. And on attack, you want to look for kills. You have to find people to kill to get control of the area and ultimately the bomb site. Now, we'll break this down a little bit more to show you what I mean. I'm actually going to go gridlock this time so I can give you an example of that audio cover and just how solid audio is while you're planting so that they don't know you're planting, right? Because even that round, the first time I went for the plant, they started pushing up on me because it was dead silent, right? They can hear me planting, so they're going to push and try to stop it. A key thing about attack is that we are going for the space. We are trying to use our utility to gain control, with the bomb site being the ultimate goal, the rooms directly around the bomb site being the second most important, and then everything else kind of being third. So if they are kitchen, for example, the top floor above the kitchen might be one of the second most important rooms because we can fuse down above, we can open the floor above, we can pressure the site directly from that room. Any room that connects to the site, we can pressure the site directly from. That includes the outside of the map. The outside of the map, you just can't get flanked, which is why it's so good. But the mistake that a lot of people make when they're attacking is they won't use their utility to gain this control. They won't use their drone to gather the info. And that's the biggest step that will take you from really bad attacks to really good attacks. A lot of people will go outside this door and hold angles into the bomb site and hope the defenders swing. And when the defenders never swing them, and if they don't get any kills, they will run out of time. And that's not what you want as an attacker. You want to force your way in. You want to be making the plays that gain you the space so that you're not relying on bad gameplay from the other team. And the less you rely on bad gameplay from the other team, the better you will become and the higher you will rank up and the easier it will be. So let's take an example that you might do normally. You might go kitchen window and sit outside kitchen window and bait for kills. This is something, oh my gosh. I mean, I don't think I've seen a single match below Emerald where someone didn't do this. You sit outside the window, you open it up, and then you sit here and you hope people peek you. And you sit here the whole time and you know, oh, there's a guy that peeked me. He messed up, he's dead, whatever. And then if they don't peek you, you sit here for 2 minutes and you lose a round. Okay, let's stop doing that. Why? Because if they don't peek you, you lose, and that's bad, right? Just based on what we just said. So instead, we're going to take Sunrise. How do we take Sunrise? Firstly, we drone it. Okay, this first room's clear. So if I open this door, I'm not going to get run out on. Perfect. So I know this is good. My teammate's actually in there, so I know it's clear. Because if he's in there and he's not dead, oh, maybe there's a guy in there. I don't know. If he's in there and he's not dead, there's nobody in here. Or the guy's so bad that it doesn't even matter. So we have this guy in the hallway. He is now dead. Ace did shoot my drone, but that's fine. Okay. So, do we have another drone? That is our next question. We do. Okay, perfect. Now let's say we lost this drone in the prep phase. We drove into the site, we lost it. We only have one drone. Okay, how do we get the bomb site now? Because that's our next step. We don't know what's going on the bomb site. How do we walk in there and plant? Well, we got to open the door first, and we see some utility, so we got to break the utility. Why? Because it's giving them information and stop us from walking in. Now, we do have a 5v3, so we can play pretty slow. We want to be careful, because where can they kill us from? This area? So we'll throw our tracks down, and cool vibes. So we'll throw our tracks down. Now, you might want to check each spot, right? Each spot they can hide is a spot you want to be aware of. And now we seem like we're pretty good, so we can just kind of start using our utility, nading, and pushing for the site. Now, we're going to do this pretty calm. There we go. There we go. Look, my aim is bad. It doesn't matter. I'm going to get to a safe spot. The gridlocks are going down, so I'll just stick the plant. There we go. I'll just put the plant down. If I hear him pushing up, I can get off. Now, crossing this entire line of sight is probably kind of risky, so I should probably just play off my teammates here. So I'm just going to sit, use the cover as much as I can, and wait for him to swing. Because now that we've planted the bomb, we go into defense mode. They have to push up. Let's not throw our lives away by running at them. That is silly. So once you plant, play defense. Otherwise, play like an attacker, people. Okay, now we're moving to defense, so we can really see some of the glaring issues that everyone makes on defense, including people in champ all the time, including myself a lot of the time, where I'm over peaking and playing too much like an attacker. Playing too aggressive on defense is a key issue that I see people make. So we're going to go defense. We're going to go kitchen, I guess. And we're going to play it like we're actually on the defense. Who should you pick for this? You can pick Trap Ops because they give you information or they get kills like Frost or Legion. Or you could play just that counter wall denial because wall denial is so important, right? Maybe not on Coastline, but on most maps, you can just pick Bandit and close off those walls and try to stop people from opening the walls. And then focus on the routes they can use to enter the bomb site. But don't play it too aggressively. I'll show you the mistake that people make in a second here. I'm just going to pick smoke. I got barbed wire, shotgun for site setup, whatever. The biggest thing on defense is people will run around and roam in a rank that you don't need to roam, realistically. Sometimes people play fuse above. They'll try to fuse you from above. If you know your people in your lobby do that, sure, you can try to get a quick pick. You can use the default cams early in the round, try to get a quick pick, but then go back to site, okay? Because realistically, the bomb site is the most important control. If you're not controlling that from the other rooms that you're playing on the map, if you don't have any effect on the bomb site, then you're probably not being useful enough to actually win. Because if they can do what we just did, those 3 attacks, and just walk into the site and plant, you're going to have an issue. So we're going to play on the site, and I'll show you how to do that. So we have barbed wire for the window, hop in, whatever. You can put your barbed wire wherever. The biggest thing is we have to know where they are coming from all the time, okay? So I'm going to grab my rook armor. We got the goo mine on the door here. I'm going to put some barbed wire for bathroom door. There we go. If they walk through bathroom, I will know because they'll hit this barbed wire, right? We can put some footholes here for if they walk in. They might be a little worried about that. Add some pressure. We could even barricade this off if we want, just to reduce some of the lines of sight that they will bait from outside. But the biggest thing is not over-peeking. Just don't over-peek. If we don't over-peek, we don't die. And if we don't die, they walk into us because they don't know how to drone or use utility properly. So, a great trick, if you're on the site, just hop on the cams. You see they have the fuse. Okay, so we might actually get fuse from above. And this is a site that you don't want to get fuse from above, or it's going to be really, really bad. So I could run up right now and contest that roam, but we're going to stick on site. We're going to see how well they actually use their utility. And this is something I'd recommend for all your first defense rounds every game, is just see. Just see if they actually know how to attack. See if they know how to use their utility, take the map, open up walls, maybe flashbang into site and actually get a plant down. Because as long as we stay alive and we can stop them from planting, we will win the round because we are on defense and time is on our side. They have 2 minutes. They have 2 minutes, 15 seconds. If I can burn that clock down to 0, I will win. So that is my ultimate goal in pretty much every rank. Now, something a lot of people miss out on is free kills when people don't drone. So let's say they didn't drone me here, or let's say they just don't know. I can just sit here under the window. There's the flashbang. Is he going to hop in? Probably not. People don't know how to play off the utility. Now, if I really want to get out of here, which I probably should at this point, because he knows exactly where I am, why is this sticking to the door frame? I might be dead. There we go. And now I can just leave. There we go. And I'm safe. Look, and this fuse did absolutely nothing. So I'll just sit in my spot. I hold an angle. The door is shut, so I don't have to worry about it. And now we just chill. And I'm so chill, because we have rook. Alright, so they are droning again. What can they do? What can they do? They might have 1 fuse left. They have to walk into the bomb site and plant the bomb. They have to plant the bomb. Always keep this in mind, is that they have to plant the bomb. He actually ended up fusing his teammate somehow, so there you go. That's how well the other team uses their utility right there. If you can just capitalize on that by sitting in corners and staying alive, you will win. And guess what? My teammate's holding all of this. My team is holding all this, so I don't have to look at it. And sometimes you'll be the only person on site, so you will have to be more aware. If I'm the only guy on site, I probably want to sit here. Why? So I can hear them walking behind me, and then I can still hold this other area if they hop in the window. And then it's just a matter of if they push you one at a time, take those fights with advantages by using cover and making sure you're not getting shot in the back at the same time, right? Which can be slightly difficult. A map like Coastline is not the greatest example of how to defend properly because it is so small, and because those sites are so direct, people naturally can just do those direct takes a lot easier. On a map like Villa, for example, where you're playing aviator defense, you have to gain control of study first to actually attack the site, or you have to gain control of at least 1 room to add pressure to the site. But in a map like this, you just take 1 room, and all of a sudden you're above the bomb site, you're outside the site from multiple directions, you take another room, and now the whole bomb site's surrounded, and you're in this like kind of pinch, right? Which is why Coastline is a little tougher for defense, and sometimes you do have to play it a little more aggressive if they are able to use their utility well, which won't really come until you're at these slightly higher ranks. Now, let's go dock. So if they bring that fuse, whatever. I don't have the bailiff on, so I can't make the rotates, whatever. This might happen to you. You might just be another operator where you don't have a site set up. That's fine. We can work with it. We're going to have to, right? We have to play on site. That is always the goal I want you to have until you're at least gold. I think until you're at least gold, either play right on site or expand it by 1 room. If we wanted, we could expand it by 1 room, this very defense. Why don't we do that? Just so you guys kind of have an idea of what you want to do. Because again, the bomb site is the most important piece of map control, and the second most important is the rooms directly around it. So here's our bomb site. What rooms are directly around it? Aqua. So if we hold Aqua, we are stopping them from taking this space. And the goal of holding a room adjacent to the site is so that, 1, they can't use against you, because if they get into here, they can look through your rotates, they can hold ankles into sight, they can kind of pin you down, right? You have less room to breathe. So we're stopping them from doing that, but we're also getting rid of their resources and their information. So if I can hold here successfully, this should look like, one, shooting a drone, maybe getting flashbanged, maybe getting a kill, and after that happens, I can give it up because I have done my job. Or I can sit here the whole round, because if they don't take it, I can still hold other angles into the site from here. So I'm still able to assist the site and help the site, which is the biggest and most important piece of holding map control, so that I can help my team. So I look at the default cams, I can see where they're pushing, and I can decide, okay, I'll either stay here or I'll rotate somewhere else. Let's say they're not going hookah, they're not going aqua, they're just pushing like top white side. Then I'll know that, and I can kind of start preparing myself for that push. They're not doing that right now. As you can see, there's a guy ruins. This is the typical defending on attack, where they're sitting out, begging the other team to push them, not doing anything. So what am I going to do? Not peek them. I'm just not going to give them those kills. So I'm going to sit here. I'm just going to keep sitting here until I see the opportunity. So like if this guy wants to play on the big window repel, that is a free kill from this window. So if that's a free kill, yes, get the free kills where you can. It will reduce pressure. It will help your teammates stay alive. That's always going to be a good thing to do too. But right now, I don't really have the tools to do that. I don't have a bailiff, so I can't drop out. And I don't want to cross these dangerous lines of sight of the big window just to try and get a free kill. Now, there's a guy on the balcony. I can just shoot that fuse charge. Perfect. And now I'll just hold. This is my space. I'm not going to sit on cams too long. I don't want to, you know, be on cams and die while doing it to a grenade through the drone hole or somebody like that. I can hold this angle really aggressively. Why? Because I have the cover of the bar, and if they're on the balcony, they're fully exposed. So I'm in a better spot than they are, and I have the advantage. Now, once you get a little more advanced, you might want to quick peek it a little bit, just so you can gain info without fully exposing yourself, because some people will have better aim and then be able to shoot you in the head the second they peek. But for the lower ranks, you don't have to worry about it. Now, my Frost needs a heal. Should I cross this door and stim him right now? Well, if I have the default cam still, which I don't, I would learn that there's probably a guy big window. I mean, I know that because I can hear him on the rappel. If you can't hear him on the rappel, though, just play it safe. Just play it safe. It might be the best option just to not, or you can do a little quick peek. Is he actually holding me? Oh, no, he's not. Okay, I can run across. Great. Once I run across, I can heal my Frost. Maybe. There we go. I have to be careful with top white. Run across again so I don't get clapped. And now we hold. What's the time? 40 seconds. What have they done? Literally nothing. They've baited for kills, and it has not worked. Right? They have to plant the bomb. And if I hold Aqua, I'm reducing one of the options for them planting. My team, they're stopping the other stuff. If I leave now, or if I die now they can plant. Now they can take A. It's going to be bad. So I have to keep holding here. It is absolutely crucial that I don't die yet. And there's 20 seconds, so now I can just hide. Because if they run in at this point, there's no time for them to plant. And if I kill the guy that's running through with the bomb, we win. My team's holding the site. We're fine. There's literally nothing for me to do right now. And just like that, we won the game. 4-1. Maybe the easiest win of our life. Yes, my teammate got a few kills. My team got a few kills. But we were the backbone of just existing in that space. So try to do that a little bit more. And I honestly feel like you will rank up so much more just playing it this way, rather than running through the map, looking for kills, trying to take every single gunfight on defense, and then doing the opposite on attack, because that really makes no sense at all. So flip your mindset, start attacking on attack, start defending on defense, and you'll win way more. I swear to God.